Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to this week's edition of our property update from Melanie Estates. The topic for this week is HMO. HMO is quite a big one for us, simply because it plays quite a big role in the private rental sector, and it's a big part of what we do here at Melanie Estates. What's HMO? HMO is home in multiple occupation. There's been quite a big change last month. The government decided to change the definition of HMO. What's HMO? HMO means that any property that is being occupied by two or more households that are not related, that you will have to apply for a license. So what has the government changed? The government has removed now the two-story rule in HMO definition. So the property doesn't have to be in two-story, three-story for it to be licensed HMO. It's simply any property that is being occupied by 5 people or more, you will have to apply for a license. Common mistake, I've seen quite a lot of landlords making, so some landlords are that misconception that you don't have to apply for a license if the tenancy for your property started before 1st of October. That's not the case. Any property that is rented to 5 people that are not related, you will have to apply for a license regardless of when the tenancy started. So please double check just to make sure that you have their HMO license already in place with the council. Another one as well is the number of people living in your property. You will have to apply for a license regardless of the number of bedroom you have, whether you have a 4-bed bedroom, 5-bed, you will have to apply for a license. If you have 5 or more people living in that property, it is not the number of bedroom you have, it is the number of people that live in the property. So any property that is got 5 tenants who are not related living in it will need a license, even if it's a 4-bed property. Hope that makes sense. A couple of tips from me. One of the main reasons why the government decided to change the definition of HMO is because of overcrowding. Okay, quite a lot of property is been overcrowded. As a result of this, the government have introduced minimum room requirements. What's the minimum size of bedrooms? Any room that is being occupied by anybody that is 10 years or more has to be at least 6.51 square meter. If the room is being occupied by somebody less than 10 years old, it has to be at least 4.64 square meter. Okay, any room that is being used by a couple has to be at least 10.22 square meter. So these are little changes that the government have introduced just to help reduce overcrowding in our HMO property. Another big tip from me is fire risk. You need to have a fire risk assessment in your property. You need to have precautions in place to make sure that if there is fire in your property, that the tenants are alerted. If there is fire in your property, that the tenants have a means of escape, that they can escape from that property easily. So what should you have in place to help you minimize the risk of fire and allow the tenants as quickly as possible in your property? You must have a CO detector in all boiler rooms. You must have the heat detector in the kitchens. You must have emergency lighting in all the exits. Okay, you have all the alarms in place. How often should this be serviced? The fire extinguisher should be serviced at least every 12 months, and the fire alarms should be serviced at least every 6 months. I hope you found this useful. If you think you've gotten value from this little video, please share, like and comment on this video. Thank you, and see you in our next edition of our property update from Melanie Estates.